I'll start this. So Fred and I decided it looks a little more yellow, but he thinks it looks more yellow than his, and I think his looks more yellow than
Yeah.
mine. So I'm gonna paint mine. Let's face it. I did last time and I will this time too. I've got something here that I can use to mix my brown and my black to because I'm gonna dye my base and then I'm going to sand it after it dries, and then I better start with the brown and add the black slowly. That's what I'm gonna
Yeah, I think I don't know, I think it was your dad or maybe Tom Miller.
do. Mm-hmm.
One of them, or maybe both, used to use yogurt containers, I think, or something.
Dad would use whatever because he had the dog food containers and the bird containers. I still got some of those around. Mine is my shredded Alfredo sauce, not Alfredo sauce, Parmesan, Asiago.
Oh, yeah.
So I've done that. Now, to mix this, I think. Maybe even apply it. And I haven't cleaned anything up, so it's all right here. It's all within arm's reach mostly.
Would you do lose something?
I'm looking for a paintbrush that I can use, an old one. Oh, here's one. It's a fan brush, but it'll work. That I can use just to mix my dye up. I'm going to add a little bit of black to my brown, make it a little darker, because when it comes out almost a dark orange instead of.
Is that a special wood dye or is that
Nope,
what you
this is
dye
the
clothes
clothing
with?
dye. Yeah, it's just regular clothing dye. And I like it because when you sand, you can add another layer. And hey, I don't know, that's looking pretty, not dark enough brown. I want it more black. So I'm gonna put more black. This might be too dark. We'll see. Oh yeah, that's a dark brown. Yeah. I'm gonna put that on my base carefully. To my wood burning. And I think, last time I was talking about how the wood burning holds the paint in line, so you don't have as much trouble with leaking.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if it would do the same with my dye, and it looks like it is.
Oh, that's good.
It's doing the same thing with my dye.
Putting this paint on really makes, well, the brand of quick wood like substance I used to put the eyes in, I couldn't get it exactly smooth. It really, it's amplifying where it's not exactly smooth. I don't know.
I'll do. That's why I spent that extra time sanding, man, because I know that feeling. I know
So
that.
it's just going to be the way it is, I guess. I don't know.
Battle scars, battle scars.
Yeah, earlier in the year when I took that uh, cottonwood bark carving class on the little houses, that's what she said of something, because that stuff will chip off right when you don't want it to.
Mm, I didn't think about that. You're right.
And she said, well, that's just where a hurricane or something came through.
You got, we got stories. Our pieces have stories, don't they?
Well, I'm not a master carver, so you get what you get, I guess. I don't know.
No, let's just say we're not master painters. That's a whole different art, you know? We're
Yeah.
trying to do a whole different art here. I realized that when I started painting with Barry's wife, Evelyn, she really knows her paint, man. She knows how to make the highlights and make it look like it has depth just with paint. And then she uses a light relief to accentuate what she's already able to do with paint. And that's when I realized I got a lot to learn about painting. So I've decided to go ahead and paint right over my, what is that called again? Provenance?
Oh, where you put your name in that.
Yeah, I'm painting over it, and I'm not sure when I sand it off if it'll come back or not, but we'll see. Doesn't matter. I didn't put it on my last one. I just left it, and I did overlap right there a little bit, but that's okay. It shows it's handmade, right?
Yeah.
And then I set it on my table. Ah, now would be a good time for a paper towel, Michelle. Hold on. I think that's gonna have to set up a little on the bottom before I can do anything else with it. Gotta dry. And I want to use the same color on my handle. Do that. Prop it up. There we go. Ah, prop you up, I said. Behave. There we go. And I'm going to think about what I want to do in my little box while I'm waiting for that to dry. And maybe I will clean up this dye that is on the table. That would be good. Huh? I see, I spilled it on the side. Better sink with that.
I don't know. I haven't done a bird in a long time. Used to have Bob Dixon as a reference. He'd put a coat on
Mm-hmm.
of, watered down paint and take it to
Mm-hmm.
him. And well, that's enough, or try
Yeah.
another one or whatever.
Let's see. Let's see what you got so far.
This is two coats on one.
Mm. Yeah, and I can still see your wood burning, so that's good. That's
But I'm
good.
working on both of them at the same time while I got the paint mixed up and
That's a
everything.
great idea, especially since you got to wait for it to dry anyway. So,
Yeah, I set one aside and get the other one, and it's been working out pretty good.
well, I'm gonna get a design, some sort. Maybe I'll just do one that I already have. And maybe wood burn on that. Or maybe I'll dye that too while I got the dye out. That's a thought. No, you gotta wood burn first, because yeah. wood burning and dye is not a pleasant smell. I'm gonna go get my box. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Let's see what I have. It might be a pretty thing to put on top since I found a design that was way too hard to do. Told you about that. These are all Halloweens, not useful. There's a poinsettia or something that Tom must have brought. Does that fit? Ooh, ooh. Oh, that's not bad. It's a little bit big. Shoot. I do it this way, is it about diagonal? No, oh, it's a little bit too big. Maybe I'll do the cat in the moon. Yeah, do that a little bit. Which would
Did you
go.
change your mind? I thought you were going to do a shallow relief on the top or something.
Yeah, but I need a design first that I can work
Oh,
on there. And I want to have a sample. And I like these flowers that Tom must have brought to the last session, but they're just a little too big for the top of the box. So I thought it might be the one that he did, but yeah. I mean, what? So the only thing I have on hand at the moment is this cat in the moon, which I could do that. I guess it would look cool. I don't want anything that's overly Halloween, but I'll try that. I can do that while I'm waiting for my dye to dry a little bit so that I can do the handle. Then didn't buy my, to call it, wood, quick wood. So I can't do my eyes. I get the right side.
so evidently you can mix that dye like paint to,
Yep.
mix two colors together to get like
Yeah,
maybe
but
what
it's
you
it's
want
more
or
like watercolors. It's because it's really liquidy, you know. It's more like a watercolor. You can get it. You're supposed to, like with real dye, like if you were dyeing your clothes, you're supposed to cut it with water, but I don't usually cut it with water. It makes it too light for what I'm trying to do. So because I can always lighten it by when you sand it, it lightens up automatically. Get this sandwich here. And straight. More challenging. Overthink.
this is deceiving when you put these coats on. It's real white, so you think well,
Mm-hmm.
maybe that's the last coat, and then when it dries,
Yeah, I know.
it really lightens up.
You know, the first one and the only one I've done so far, I must have done it every day, every morning. I would get up because I had sunrise coming in through one of my windows, and I would look at it every single morning for like 3 weeks. I did it, and I kept adding because I did more than just white, you to get that texture, you want to add a little gray towards the base or even dark gray towards the base. And I had some gold in there and I had some I remember Bob Dixon talking about lavender uh, to help give the white some depth. So I was adding until one day I got up and said, I think that's good. Because every day it looked like, no, there's more I gotta do. Of course, probably what was happening was I was getting it too dark, and then I would say, oh, it needs more white. And I kept going back and forth like that, probably. You know what I forgot to do again? I forgot to prep this wood. I forgot to sand it,
Oh,
which it's not bad because, you buy it kind of finished, but it's not as nice as I would have liked it to be. Oh well, in my next one I can do it. It's like I need to do something 10 times before I get good at it.
yeah, I've heard people say that you got to carve the same thing quite a few times,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know. I don't know that I have any interest in that. I mean, to do something more than once or twice, I guess. I don't know. I mean, the same project, I guess. I don't
I
know.
know I've never done it, so I couldn't tell you. I'm just tracing the cat and the moon. I think I got everything on there. And now we'll burn it. Let's see. How's my dye doing? It's still pretty wet. I might try to put some more dye in here. Use the paper towels. It's soaking it up. It should be fine before this stuff dries out, which doesn't dry out as fast as what you call it, acrylics. And I just realized I put my fingers right in that dye. So that's going to be interesting. Gotta wash that stuff off right away. And then your hand looks dirty all the next day.
Oh,
It gets into my fingernails, makes me look like I have dirty fingernails no matter what I do. Okay, so now the handle is also done in it. I'm gonna move you off to the side while you dry and bring forth. I better watch up. I wonder how much time we have left in this session. So, so I gotta step aside and clean the digits, and then I'll be back before I touch my wood burning project. So about the time I'm washing my hands at the kitchen sink, trying to get that dye off, that's when I usually remember that I have plastic gloves for applying dye. I have gloves that
Oh,
I always forget to use. I'm so funny. I swear. I don't know how my kids live with me. It's a mess. Okay. Well, I just put that stuff away. Oh, I just happen to have the wood burner right here because I never put it away from last time.
oh,
I'm such a mess, aren't I? It works for me at the moment. It's working out. So wood burner's good. Is it just me or does it feel like this session, we're getting to go longer this session than we usually do?
yeah, it does.
Maybe they upgraded me. We're in. And so light. So you know what? Brian, I don't know how this wood's going to react. So yeah, this is different. Burning on a higher object. This. Yeah, I should have sanded. It's kind of hard to go across this frame. Not getting a nice even color. Well, when in doubt, kick it up.
Well, I don't know if it was a mistake to
There's our signal.
when I put the gesso over the green on the eyes, but I don't think I would have got it covered if I didn't. But when I put these coats of acrylic watered down, it looks
Mm-hmm.
nice. And then it dries out, and the eye sockets are a lot brighter than the rest of the body, which I
That's
don't know.
not
But
that's not a bad thing, is it? I mean, the eye sockets should look different from the rest of the body, shouldn't they?
oh, I don't know. I thought they should be the same. I don't know. Maybe not.
Because the feathers, well, the feathers are going to be brighter, aren't they? Let's. We have our signal right now at Ziggy set timer.
For how long?
7.5 minutes. But
7 minutes and 30 seconds.
When we
Starting
come
now.
back, do you want me to pull up right now that sample that I was showing you in the beginning? The real picture of the bird? Do you want to see a
Yeah,
reference?
that might help.
All right. Let's see. If we-
Well, there's 3 coats, but
wow,
it's
that's
not
pretty good.
dry. I just put it on. It's wet, so I don't
So it
know.
looks really bright. Yeah, so we'll see, right? Yeah, and then you get worried that your wood burning isn't going to show through. So how many coats can you put on, right?
Here's 3 coats on the other one, and it's
Oh, that's more
drying.
dry. Yeah, I can see. I can see what you're saying. But that's good because your wood burning shows through. So
Yeah,
I tell you what, when we go on break, I'll get that picture and that way I'll be able to share it with you. Or do you want to just go on break now? Are you at a good place to break? Because we don't have to wait the extra 10 minutes or 8 minutes.
yeah, I'm kind of at a good place.
All right, let's take a break now and I'll find that photo and then we can come back. It's 35, 45, 50. 10 minutes to your hour. Okay.
Okay,
All right. See you in a bit.
bye.
Bye.